U.S. preparing for direct confrontation with Russia in the Arctic. The U.S. National Guard has held cold weather drills amid the prospect that the Arctic could be a future flashpoint for hostilities between Russia and the U.S. The 10-day Northern Strike 23 military exercises in Camp Grayling, Michigan came as President Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine has raised the chances high tensions between Moscow and the West may spill over into the Arctic region. In visiting the site of the exercises, which took place between January 20 and 29, the Military Times reported U.S. Army General Dan Hokanson, chief of the National Guard Bureau, watched live-fire practice on the M777 howitzer, one of the NATO weapons used by Ukraine's forces. Field artillery was the focus of the drills, which saw the participation of troops from Latvia, a Baltic state, also keeping a watchful eye on the threat posed by Russia. Malte Humpert, founder and senior fellow of the Arctic Institute think tank, said that the exercises by the U.S. Military Reserve Force symbolize the U.S. really stepping up more and more to the plate. When it comes to the Arctic region, it's not preparing for World War III, he told Newsweek. It's just another step, which shows that the U.S. understands Russia is a hostile nation, and that hostility can potentially extend into the Arctic, which was always seen as a region of exceptionalism. NATO allies like Norway and potential new alliance members, Sweden and Finland, would be counting on U.S. support if there was any confrontation in the region. We've got to be able to go wherever the potential fight may be, and we need to provide presence there, Hokanson told the Military Times. 2 weeks after Putin invaded Ukraine, members of the Arctic Council decided to pause participation in the body, thus cutting cooperation with Russia and its neighbors in the region. Even with its focus on supplying its war effort, Russia has continued expanding its military bases in the Arctic over the last year, with radar bases and runways being improved in the region, CNN reported in December, citing satellite images. Meanwhile, the Center for Strategic and International Studies, CSIS, said in a report published in January that Moscow's use of hybrid tactics in the Arctic seems to be increasing in both frequency and severity. This includes allegations denied by Moscow that it was behind the sabotage of the Nord Stream pipelines and undersea cables in the Arctic and near Arctic. In October, the U.S. government-wide Arctic strategy said that Russia's invasion of Ukraine has raised geopolitical tensions in the Arctic and created new risks of unintended conflict. Russia's military interests in the Arctic